Hello everyone, I'm Swati Gandhi, faculty at SRN International School, Jagatpura, Jaipur. Today I'm taking the topic the planet Earth and solar system. Let's begin the topic. Long ago, it was believed that the Earth was the center of the universe and sun, moon, and stars revolve around it. For centuries, this theory was accepted as true. But later, Nicholas Copernicus, who lived in Germany, proved this theory wrong. Today, we all know that the Earth is a part of the solar system with the Sun at its center. The solar system. The family of the Sun, 8 planets, and approximately 173 satellites with many asteroids, comets, and meteors make up the solar system. Now let us understand the different objects of solar system. Celestial bodies. All the objects that we see in the sky are called heavenly bodies or celestial bodies. They include the stars, planets, satellites, comets, meteors, and asteroids. Our own Earth is also a part of this system, and thus it is also called a heavenly body or a celestial body. Galaxy. Millions of stars, gas, and dust held together by the force of gravity form a galaxy. Universe consists of millions of galaxies. Our solar system belongs to one of these galaxies called the Akashganga or the Milky Way. This galaxy is named so because it is like a white mant. Stars. Stars are huge burning balls of hot gases which glow and shine in space. They are self-luminous. Constellations. Group of bright stars that appear close together in the sky are called constellations. One of the most famous constellation is Big Bear or Ursa Major. The constellation Saptarishi, Sapta means 7 and Rishi means sage or small bear, is easily recognizable in the night sky. It is a group of 7 stars. The Sun. The Sun is the center of our solar system. All the planets and satellites revolve around it. It is the source of energy in the solar system. Planets. Our solar system consists of 8 planets that can be listed according to their distance from the Sun as Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The largest planet is Jupiter, whereas the smallest planet is Mercury. Now let us understand satellites. Satellites are celestial bodies which revolve around the planet. They are smaller companions of planets. They move in the same way as the planets move around the Sun. Satellites do not have their own heat and light. They reflect the light of the Sun. Satellites revolve around the planet in a fixed orbit. Over 170 satellites have been discovered so far in our solar system. And as we all know, the Moon is the Earth's only satellite. Comets. You must be knowing about the Halley's Comet that appeared in 1986. Well, comets are icy, rocky and masses which is surrounded by a cloud of a glowing gas is called the coma. It has a tail made up of gases and dust. Now let us understand meteors. Meteors are smaller than comets. They could be dust or chunks of rocks from comets or asteroids. They are tiny lumps of burning matter. Those meteors that enter the Earth's atmosphere are called meteors, and those that crash upon the Earth are called meteoroids. Asteroids now. Scientists say that the asteroids are bits and pieces of rocks that are left when our solar system was made. They are also called the planetoids or minor planets. They orbit the Sun and are small rocky bodies. The asteroid belts of our solar system lies between the Mars and Jupiter. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Swati Gandhi, Faculty of Social Studies at SRN International School, Jagatpura, Jaipur. Today I am taking the topic Our Earth of Chapter 1 NCERT Geography. Our Earth is a unique planet in the whole solar system. It is the only planet which supports life. The Earth is the third nearest planet to the Sun. In size, it is the fifth largest planet. It is slightly flattened at the poles. That is why its shape is described as a geoid, which means an Earth-like shape. No one really is sure about how the Earth was created. But scientists say that billions of years ago there were clouds of hot gases and dust which created the sun. These clouds began to bunch together and gradually form the Earth and other planets. After this, the debris from the Big Bang also joined the Earth. Life started in water and later developed to survive on land. All plants and animals that we see around us today were evolved from the form of life which existed millions of years ago. When algae evolved, they started using up the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and releasing oxygen. Thus, the air on the planet became completely changed. Now, the question arises why the Earth is a unique planet. There are many reasons for this. Let's discuss these reasons. First, the Earth is neither too far away nor too close to the Sun. The heat which it receives from the sun is optimum for life to flourish here. Secondly, the earth has the elixir of life, that is water. About 2/3 of the earth is covered by water. Therefore, the earth is known as the blue planet. Third, it has atmosphere which acts like the blanket and protects us from the harmful rays of the sun, moderates the climate, causes rainfall, and is rich in oxygen. Next, the interaction between the air, water, and land allows life to flourish. In the biosphere, we find plants, animals, and other organisms, together with a physical environment with which they interact. This is known as the ecological system or ecosystem. Now let us discuss the next topic, that is the moon, or you can say the Earth companion or the Earth satellite. The Earth's companion is the moon. It is about 3,84,000 kilometers away from the sun. Its diameter is about 3,480 kilometers. It appears larger and brighter than any other celestial body in the night. It looks so large because it is closer to us than any other celestial body. The moon shines because it reflects sunlight. The reflected light of the sun from the moon reaches the Earth's surface in about 1.3 seconds. The moon completes one revolution around the Earth in 29 days, 8 hours. It takes the same time to complete one rotation on its axis also. Hence, we can see only one side of the moon and other side turned away from us. Now the next topic is phases of the moon. One side of the moon is lighted by the sun, but as the moon moves around the earth, we see only part of this side. These are called phases of the moon. On the full moon night or Purnima, the brighter hemisphere is visible to us, whereas on the new moon night or Amavasya, the darker hemisphere of the moon faces the earth. In its journey from new moon to full moon, the visible portion increases and the moon is said to wax. Similarly, in its journey from full moon to new moon, the visible portion decreases and the moon is said to wane. The waxing and the waning of the moon is known as the phases of the moon. Thank you, students. Stay home, stay safe.